Yeah, thanks, Zhanfu, for having me. I think the shape of the curve is actually looks very steep and sudden, but all with a very sound logic. I think the main drivers behind this is actually a lot of the collective many policies to taking into effect. Yeah, since we unlocked the Shanghai and also resume a lot of the manufacturing production, and also for logistics sector, the China government issued quite many policies to promote the smooth and efficient logistics. So the manufacturing side and the shipment side all are back to relatively normal status. Thus, we can see that the composite PMI have a very significant rebound. For the service PMI, I think they share the same logic. So basically, with the ease of the COVID control approaches, so basically many offline activities are back into life. And we reopened the shopping mall, reopened the restaurant, cinema, and many other offline service activities. So basically, this also bring the service PMI just to have a very immediate rebound. Yeah.
Right. Chinese carriers are resuming services on several domestic and international routes as several provinces are easing COVID-19 restrictions. How significant is this resumption?
Yeah. If we look at some important index or parameters to monitoring the industry, we can see that quite many index give a very strong and a positive trend. And another very good strong signal is actually all these factors are moving to positive direction without sacrificing from each other. For example, if we look at the total number of the ticket searching, total number of booking, and the executed flight number every day, and average the use rate of the plane every day, and also the average ticket price. So all these factors, we see very strong rebound, which means that the demand and the supply both are very active. And so the domestic aviation sector is actually really presented some very obvious recovery since the May. And for international situation, it's not to a very ideal situation now, but still we see quite many positive moves. For example, we shortened the observation period of the COVID situation after the international passengers coming to China. And also we increased the flight number on certain routes. So both of these, I think, are positive moves, and we look forward more and more ideal situation along the way.
Mr. Yu, tourism sector is also revving up with lots of activity. It's been reported that thousands of tourists from Shanghai and also families are in the tropical Sanya right now. What are the prospects for tourism sector for the rest of the year in China?
Yes. For tourism, probably we can just see from both the demand side and the supply side. And from the demand side, it's very easy to understand that during the past several months, since people are locked down at home, they're really eager to have a vacation, have a travel in different cities. So basically, the demand is very strong there. And also now we're coming into the summer break, and the kids have the school vacation. So basically, I think both the adults and the kids actually have very strong demand for a tour. So that is a very good signal on one side. From the other side, the supply side, so airlines, hotels, and also the destinations, they have suffered quite a well during the past several months. So basically, no passengers, no volumes, no revenues. But they are in full preparation to get rebound. And from the asset, from this facility, from new kind of the service, innovations, and promotions, marketing approaches. So all are ready. So I can sense quite of the stakeholders in the industry is fully ready to match the need. So looking forward, I think overall the direction will be very positive. And probably along the way, we will still have several chances for some fluctuating process when the industry would cooling down and even freeze for a while. But I think this would be very random and short period cases. So overall, the direction would be very positive.
Yeah. Right. Mr. Yu, I know you're experts in the tourism sector, and you must have noticed that recent report of China placing orders of over 200 Airbus planes. That's a big deal, worth billions of dollars. Is this an indication that the aviation sector in China is back on track and poised for steady growth despite pandemic uncertainties, as you just pointed out?
Yes, as mentioned, this is really big news in the media recently. I have to point out that this is the final ending step of our original contract initiated in the year of 2019. So that went quite well, and eventually it reached a very dazzling result. But still, I think the plane will be delivered since the year 2024 and 2 years later along the way. I think in long term, that still could be treated as a very solid signal of the trust and confidence on China's aviation market in the long run. Yeah, since for now, China is the second largest aviation market in the world after the United States. And moving forward with the strong economic growth perspectives of China, eventually we can surpass America to be the #1 in the globe. And in terms of the new fleet, the narrow-body plane is actually still the majority of what we need. And the China market alone could need some thousands of the narrow-body plane. So even now we have some fluctuation due to the COVID-19, but the long-term trend is actually no change and still would be very promising and confident. So it's no doubt and no wonder that the big three airlines to set the purchase, which is actually they got fully prepared for the long-term development and try to ride on the wave and for a more prosperous tomorrow.